This Shabbat, we're zochet to learn about two cows. Firstly, in Parashat Ki Tisa, as we hear the notorious story of the golden cow, or the golden calf, Egel HaZahav, followed by the second Sefer Torah, from which we read and learn the mitzvah of Para Aduma, as one of the four parshiot leading us to Chag HaPesach, the mitzvah of the red cow, or the red heifer. Rashi, at the end of the details of the mitzvah Para Aduma, quotes Rabbi Moshe Hadarshan, who explains that the mitzvah of Para Aduma, the red cow, comes to atone for the golden cow, the golden calf. Mashal, as a woman whose son has dirtied up the palace of the king, the mother has to come to atone for Cheta Egel. The red cow, the red heifer, comes to atone for the golden calf. And therefore, the exact same terminology of Vayikchu Elacha, just as we took the jewels and we fashioned an Egel HaZahav, now we're going to take the ashes of the Para Aduma and purify all those who have become defiled to Tum'at Mit, the purity of the dead. Just as Am Yisrael removed from themselves the yoke of Torah u'mitzvot, the red heifer, the red cow, may not ever have a burden, a yoke upon oneself. Elazar HaKohen and the Kohanim, who for the future are going to be instrumental in this process of purification through Para Aduma, come to atone for their ancestor Aharon, who was instrumental in fashioning the Egel HaZahav. Just as there are three different ingredients that are used in the purification, reminiscent of the 3,000 members of Am Yisrael who sinned, but just as Moshe Rabbeinu ground down the golden calf into literally ashes and water, thereby Am Yisrael achieving purification, so too we're going to constantly change and remove the state of impurity, of death, through literally reviving ourselves through the ashes and the water of the Para Aduma. The mitzvah Para Aduma teaches us that we can leave a state of sin, even one so horrific as the golden calf, through change, through similar verbs, similar instruments, and yet we can change and atone, as Moshe Rabbeinu teaches us through this week's Parsha, particularly through the Yugam Mizot Rachamim and the power of prayer. Maybe that's why Parashat Ki Tisa begins with the mitzvah of Machatit HaShekel, that the Midrash Tanchuma sees also as a kapara, as an atonement for Cheta Egel, reminding us that just like Para Aduma teaches us we can change, we can undergo a process, so too with the same words as Ze Moshe Ha'ish, we hear Ze by the Machatit HaShekel. HaKadosh Baruch Hu reminds us that there is the possibility of change. Natnu ish kofer nafsho ze yitnu. Ze Moshe Ha'ish. They looked at Moshe Rabbeinu as their emissary, as a replacement really for a connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Comes the Machatit HaShekel and tells us, no, you can bring yourself, each and every one of you, you're an ish. Ze yitnu. And therefore, we have to change by starting to recognize our own self-worth, our own self-value. Bring that value, a Machatit HaShekel, that we know is incorporated with the Machatziot, the other halves of all of Am Yisrael. Bring yourselves, bring that self-esteem, and bring your Para Aduma, and recognize that there's always the ability to change. Wishing us all a Shabbat Shalom.